What if the person everyone looked down on became the one they needed the most? Emma was the quiet girl no one paid attention to, except when they wanted to mock her. She wore old, secondhand clothes, and that made her a target for cruel jokes. But what they didn't know was that behind those faded outfits was a girl with a talent that would one day leave them speechless. Watch till the end to see how Emma's life took a shocking turn. And don't forget to subscribe for more real-life stories that will leave you inspired. Emma walked into the school hallway, bracing herself for the whispers. She kept her head low, hoping to go unnoticed. But in high school, you couldn't escape judgment, especially if you looked like Emma. Her sweater, stretched and worn from years of use, clung to her thin frame. She had outgrown it, but her family couldn't afford a new one. The jeans she wore were hand-me-downs from her cousin, slightly too long, forcing her to roll up the ends awkwardly. Her shoes, those were the worst part. The soles were so worn out that she felt every crack in the pavement. The left shoe had a tiny hole near the toe, which she tried to hide by keeping her feet angled away from people. But no matter what she did, she couldn't escape their eyes. "Ew, did you see her outfit?" A girl whispered loudly. "I think she got it from the trash." Another giggled. Emma clenched her jaw. She had learned long ago, show no reaction. But it wasn't just the girls. A group of boys leaned against the lockers, laughing at something on a phone. She knew it was about her. One of them, Jake, smirked as she passed. "Hey Emma, love the vintage look." His friends burst into laughter. Emma walked faster, only a few more steps to her classroom. She didn't even care about fitting in anymore. She just wanted to survive the day. Emma sat alone at her usual table in the farthest corner of the cafeteria. She had given up trying to sit with others long ago. She unwrapped her lunch, 2 slices of bread with butter. No filling, no drink. She wasn't ashamed of what she had, but she hated how others made her feel about it. From across the room, she could hear Sophia's voice. "Look at her, eating like she's in prison." Laughter erupted. Emma tried to ignore it, but Sophia wasn't done. "You know, Emma, there's this thing called fashion. You should try it sometime." Her followers cackled. Emma's grip on her sandwich tightened. She wanted to disappear. But then, something worse happened. Sophia's friend, Megan, walked over and casually knocked Emma's sandwich onto the floor. Oops. Emma's stomach twisted. It was all she had. Sophia smirked. "My bad. Want me to buy you another one?" "Oh wait, you probably can't afford even a cookie." More laughter. Emma's eyes burned, but she refused to cry. Never in front of them. She stood up, grabbing her bag. "Ah, don't go, Emma. We were just having fun." Sophia called after her. Emma walked out, leaving the laughter behind. But the pain followed her. Emma's home was small and old, but her mother tried to make it warm. When Emma stepped inside, her mother looked up from the kitchen table. "Hey, sweetheart, how was school?" Emma forced a smile. "Fine." Her mother studied her. She knew. Emma's mother worked 2 jobs. One as a cleaner, the other as a cashier. She barely slept. Emma wished she could tell her everything, but she didn't want to add to her mother's stress. "Are you hungry?" her mother asked. Emma hesitated. "There's some soup left," her mother added. Emma nodded. She wasn't hungry, but she ate anyway. She didn't want her mother to worry. Later that night, as her mother slept, Emma sat in bed with her sketchbook. Her escape. She drew clothes, beautiful, stylish designs, things she wished she could wear. She sketched until her eyelids grew heavy. One day, things will be different, she told herself. The next morning, Emma walked into school and stopped cold. Everywhere she looked, people were laughing, pointing, holding up their phones. Something was wrong. Then, she saw the poster. It was a huge, printed-out image taped to the lockers. A side-by-side picture of her and a homeless person. Above it, bold letters read, "Who wore it better?" Emma's heart pounded. Laughter filled the hallway. It was everywhere. Printed copies. Share on phones. Posted online. Her vision blurred. Look at her face. Someone cackled. She turned and saw Sophia, grinning like she had won a prize. "Don't be mad, Emma. It's just a joke." Emma's throat felt tight. She forced herself to walk past them, one step at a time. She didn't stop until she reached the bathroom. Locking herself in a stall, she sank to the floor, and for the first time in a long time, she let herself cry. That night, Emma refused to open social media. She knew the bullying had exploded online, but something caught her eye. A post about a fashion design contest. Grand prize. Full scholarship to a top fashion school. Emma's breath caught. This was it. This was her chance. She grabbed her sketchbook. For the first time in weeks, hope filled her heart. She stayed up late, designing. This wasn't just about fashion. It was about proving them wrong. No one believed in her, but she believed in herself. For the next few weeks, Emma worked tirelessly on her designs. She told no one, not even when she got an email. Congratulations, you've been selected as a finalist. Emma covered her mouth, holding back a scream. She had done it. But as she celebrated, she heard voices outside. Sophia and her friends. Can you believe Emma lives here? No wonder she looks like that. Emma's happiness faded. They still saw her as nothing. But soon, they would see who she truly was. Emma stared at her phone screen, her hands trembling. She had just received an email. She was one of the finalists in the city's most prestigious fashion design contest. Her heart raced. This was her chance. A chance to show everyone what she was capable of. A chance to escape the life where she was constantly mocked and belittled. But then reality hit her. The contest required not just a sketch, but a fully handmade outfit. And Emma had no money for fabric, no professional tools, no fancy sewing machines. She glanced around her small bedroom, her worn-out clothes, her mother's old sewing kit, a tiny desk cluttered with fabric scraps she had saved over the years. Could she really pull this off? Then she took a deep breath and whispered to herself, "If I can't buy fabric, I'll create something from what I have." With newfound determination, Emma began working. She spent hours sorting through old clothes, picking out anything she could reuse. Her mother's old dresses, a torn scarf, a jacket that no longer fit. Each piece carried a story. Each piece was about to become part of her masterpiece. But as Emma stitched away late into the night, she had no idea. Someone was already planning to stop her. Emma had planned to keep the contest a secret, but nothing stayed secret in high school. The next day, she walked into school to whisper, "Did you hear? Emma entered a fashion contest." Emma, as in cheap clothes Emma. What is she even making? A patchwork disaster. Emma felt her stomach drop, and then she heard the worst voice of all. Sophia. She was standing in the middle of the hallway, surrounded by her group of friends, scrolling through her phone. Sophia laughed. "Wait, Emma, a fashion contest? Oh, this is hilarious." Her friends giggled. "What's she designing? More trash bag couture?" One of them sneered. But Sophia wasn't laughing anymore, because she had just seen the contest details. And when she saw the grand prize, her smile vanished. It wasn't just money. It was a full scholarship to one of the best fashion schools in the country. If Emma won, she'd escape this life. And Sophia couldn't let that happen. "We need to stop her." Her voice was cold. The contest's final round was only days away. Emma had barely slept. She had spent every spare moment sewing, perfecting her design, making sure it was flawless. Finally, the night before the contest, she sat back and admired her work. It was beautiful, a dress unlike anything she had ever made before, intricate, unique, and full of personality. Emma smiled to herself. For the first time in her life, she felt proud. She carefully folded the outfit and placed it in her bag. Her mother walked into the room and saw Emma's tired but glowing face. "You've worked so hard," she said softly. "I know your father will be proud." Emma's heart clenched. Her father had passed away when she was young. He had always believed in her dreams. "I just want to make something of myself," Emma whispered. Her mother kissed her forehead. "You already have, sweetheart." Emma went to bed that night with hope in her heart. But outside, someone was watching. Sophia. She had followed Emma home, waiting for the perfect moment. And when Emma's bedroom light turned off, Sophia made her move. The next morning, Emma woke up early, excited and nervous. She grabbed her bag and rushed to school, ready to take the bus to the contest venue. But when she got to her locker, something was wrong. Her locker door was wide open. Her bag was gone. Her dress, gone. Emma's heart stopped. She frantically searched around, pulling open books, checking under desks. No, 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 she whispered. Then, she heard it. Laughter. She turned, and there stood Sophia, smirking, looking for something, Emma. Emma froze. You took it. Sophia leaned in, eyes glinting with cruelty. You didn't actually think you could win, did you? Her friends giggled. Emma's hands shook with anger. Where is it? She demanded. Sophia shrugged. Oops. Guess you'll have to miss the contest. Emma felt like her entire world was collapsing. Her dream gone. Her one chance ruined. Her fists clenched. Tears burned in her eyes. But then, she took a deep breath and ran. Emma burst into the principal's office, gasping for breath. Sophia stole my dress, she cried. The principal sighed. Emma, I'm sorry, but unless you have proof, please, she begged. This contest is my chance. I have to find it. The principal hesitated. Then, something changed in his expression. Go, he said. Find it. Do whatever it takes. Emma ran off out of the school. She didn't know where Sophia had hidden her outfit, but she knew one thing. She had to fight. As Emma searched, she heard a voice behind her. Emma. She turned and saw Jake. Jake, the same guy who had once mocked her. I saw Sophia take your bag. I think I know where it is. Emma's eyes widened. Why are you helping me? Jake hesitated. Because I was wrong about you, and I don't want to be like them anymore. Emma didn't have time to question it. Where is it? Jake pointed. Behind the gym, in the dumpster. Emma's heart sank. She ran over and threw open the lid. Her dress was there, ruined, covered in trash. Her hands trembled. It was over. Jake looked at her. Emma, I'm so sorry. Emma took a deep breath. Then, suddenly, an idea struck. I need a sewing machine. Fast. Jake blinked. I know where to get one. Time was running out. Emma's heart pounded. Her dress, the one she had spent weeks perfecting, was destroyed. Torn fabric. Stains everywhere. The carefully stitched pieces, ruined. Tears burned in her eyes. Was this it? Was all her hard work for nothing? Jake stood beside her, guilt written all over his face. Emma, I know someone who can help. Emma looked at him. Could she really trust him? Jake, one of the people who used to mock her, but she had no choice. Time was running out. Come on, Jake urged. Follow me. Emma hesitated for only a second, then ran after him. Jake led her through back streets, turning corners so fast Emma nearly tripped. Where are we going? She panted. My aunt's shop, he said. She's a seamstress. If anyone can help, she can. Emma's breath hitched. Could a stranger really save her dream? Finally, they stopped in front of tiny tailor shop. The sign read, Lillian's Custom Designs. Jake yanked open the door. A woman in her 40s turned around, eyes widening at the sight of a breathless Emma clutching a ruined dress. Jake, what's going on? She asked. Aunt Lillian, please. We don't have much time. He quickly explained everything. The contest, the sabotage, the urgency. Lillian's face turned serious. She studied Emma's ruined dress, then looked at her with a sharp gaze. You designed this. Emma nodded, swallowing hard. Lillian was silent for a moment. Then, suddenly, she rolled up her sleeves. We don't have time to be sad. Let's get to work. Hope ignited in Emma's chest. Lillian moved with lightning speed. She grabbed scissors, fabric glue, and an industrial sewing machine. This dress is too damaged to fix as it is, she said, analyzing the fabric. We'll have to remake parts of it. But don't worry, I have extra fabric that will match. Emma watched in awe. Every stitch, every cut, it was magic. For the first time, she wasn't alone. Someone believed in her. Emma quickly joined in, working alongside Lillian, cutting, pinning, sewing, shaping. Jake even jumped in, running errands and bringing them coffee. For the first time, Emma saw a different side of him, a side that cared. And with every stitch, her dream was coming back to life. But time was running out. The contest was about to start, and they weren't finished yet. Emma checked her phone. She had 20 minutes left. Her hands trembled as she and Lillian added the final touches. And when it was done, it was even better than before. The new fabric blended seamlessly with the old. The design? Stronger, bolder, more powerful. Emma couldn't believe it. Tears welled in her eyes. It's perfect, Lillian smiled. Now go. Show them who you are. Emma grabbed the dress and ran. Jake held the door open for her, then sprinted alongside her. I'll drive, he said. Emma hesitated for half a second, then jumped into his car. The engine roared to life, and they sped toward the venue. Faster, Emma urged. Jake gripped the wheel. Hold on. The car weaved through traffic. Every second counted. 5 minutes left. Emma clutched the dress, praying she wasn't too late. Emma burst through the contest doors, panting. Contestants were already lining up. The judges were about to close the entries. Wait, Emma shouted. Every head turned. Whispers rippled through the crowd. She made it. Didn't Sophia ruin her dress? The judges looked at her. One of them, an older man with glasses, raised an eyebrow. You're cutting it close, Miss Carter. Emma nodded, out of breath. I'm ready. She walked onto the stage, heart pounding. This was it. Everything she had worked for. It all led to this moment. She placed her dress on the mannequin, adjusting the fabric. And when she stepped back, the audience gasped. The dress shimmered under the lights. Elegant, unique, breathtaking. A masterpiece. Emma's breath hitched. For the first time, she felt powerful. She turned toward the judges, waiting for their verdict. And then, Sophia stepped forward. This isn't fair, she snapped. Everyone turned. She cheated. Someone helped her. She probably didn't even make that dress herself. Gasps filled the room. The judges turned to Emma. Is this true? One of them asked. Emma lifted her chin. No. Her voice was strong. Confidence. I made this. Every stitch, every detail. And yes, I got help when someone tried to destroy my work. But that doesn't mean I didn't earn this. The room fell silent. Then, one of the judges stood up. Emma, this is extraordinary work. Her heart skipped a beat. We've seen many designs today, he continued. But yours tells a story. It's more than just fabric. It's resilience, passion, creativity. He turned to the others. I think we have our winner. Emma's breath caught in her throat. The grand prize goes to Emma Carter. The crowd erupted in cheers. Tears streamed down Emma's face. She had won. As people congratulated her, Emma felt lightheaded with joy. Everything had changed. She had just won a scholarship to one of the best fashion schools. Her life would never be the same. And then, she spotted Sophia. The once confident, cruel girl looked shaken. Emma could have gloated, could have rubbed it in. But instead, she walked up to her. I hope one day, you learn that kindness is more powerful than cruelty. Sophia's eyes widened. She didn't say a word, just turned and walked away. Jake walked up to Emma, smiling. Told you you'd make it. Emma laughed. I couldn't have done it without you. For the first time in her life, Emma felt unstoppable. She was no longer that girl in cheap clothes. She was Emma Carter, fashion designer, fighter, and survivor. And this was just the beginning. What did you think of Emma's journey? Would you have forgiven Sophia? Drop your comment. Subscribe for more powerful, life-changing stories.